The eAssist Dental Solutions podcast. We are the nation's leader in outsourced dental billing. Our clients require highly skilled dental office managers that can consult with client offices.
Welcome to the eAssist Dental Solutions podcast. I am your host, Andre Quintana, and I am here in the Raleigh area of North Carolina. It is a beautiful thing that we can do so many things for this amazing company, eAssist, from wherever we live, because that is what vision Dr. Anderson had for all of us. So I will not delay this show any longer because I have someone really special on the line. But before we do that, I wanted to let you know that you please follow us on Twitter at eassist.me and Facebook, eassist.me as well. And our website is dentalbilling.com or eassist.com. Welcome, Tia. How are you today?
Hi, Andre. I am great. Thank you for speaking with me.
Oh, we are honestly so blessed to be part of this amazing organization. 2 years in a row, Inc. 500. We get to work from home and, we can help offices as if we were actually inside the dental offices. We are eAssist Dental Solutions. We do dental claims. We help teams be more profitable. We help really dental families go to the next level. Would you agree with that?
Definitely. All the way I agree with that.
Oh my gosh. So we're going to get started by really learning a little bit about yourself. So this is your show. This is your time. So let's go, Tia.
Hey, well, I am Tia Pearsall, as you've already mentioned, and I am an account executive manager and support coach with eAssist. I have 20 years dental experience, and I've been with eAssist for just over 4.5 years now. I actually just received the honor of our company's Shining Star Award for 2017, and that basically recognizes the account executive who has been most notable company-wide. So that was a huge honor.
Wow. That is amazing. And, we were talking a little bit before the show, and you told me a little bit about what you do with eAssist. I call it a little bit. That's what I said. But it's a lot of bit. Oh, my gosh. You are an eAssist superstar. So tell me a little bit about account executives and what they do. But I understand you also do the patient portion, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So you help doctors after eAssist does all that great stuff with the dental claims. There's something a little bit extra that you do after that. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so one of the amazing things about eAssist is that we can wear, many different hats. So as an account executive, I do a lot of the insurance claim submissions. So I make sure that those claims go out clean with the necessary attachments the first time that we send them out. That's going to get payments in faster. When those payments come in, I also post those payments to the patient accounts, making sure that they're allocated correctly. And then as far as the patient portion side of it, I send the doctors, I send the patients statements from the doctor's office. That way the office doesn't have to handle that. I also handle their collection calls and their collection letters to those patients, freeing up the office team to do other things in the office.
That's amazing. Well, we're really going to get to the meat of this interview, and I just want to let you know that I'm pretty impressed because you are following an amazing episode. We just got back from Summit in Salt Lake City, Utah. And if anybody can go back to episode 32 from Summit, did you get a chance to hear that episode?
I did.
Oh, my goodness. So you are following that act. And that is pretty tough because that, for all the eAssist Nation out there, please go back and listen to some of the nuggets and the pearls that we brought back from Summit. We interviewed doctors and eAssisters that told us about the eAssist way, the Toyota way, and how you can flip a company upside down and make it all about the people. So, Tia, I just want to, find out, how is it that you found eAssist?
So I actually found eAssist during an online job search. I had recently been let go from a dental office because I had taken some time off. My daughter was really young at the time, and she had a double ear infection, and I had to be home with her. So, unfortunately, because of that, the office I was working with decided to let me go. I was able to find like a temporary position in the interim, like in a totally different field where I was able to work remotely. And I thought to myself, like, how would it be if I could find something with this amount of flexibility in my field of expertise? I was on the internet one day and came across an eAssist a posting. And of course, like a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people say, I was skeptical. It sounded too good to be true. And here we are, almost 5 years later, and it has been, the best career decision I've ever made.
Wow. Well, let me tell you, I'm trying to brand something called a client's perspective, okay? I'm trying to brainstorm with Dr. Anderson about that. But I will tell you that from a client's perspective, Tia, to find people in the dental industry that have the skill set that you have, okay, but then to combine that with the personality that you have as well is pretty remarkable. When I find someone from my office that has the combination of skills that you have, I'm jumping up and down of joy. So I'm pretty shocked that you were let go. But guess what? Things happen for a reason, and I am so happy that you were able to be matched up with eAssist, because the other side of the spectrum is that eAssist, there haven't been many companies like eAssist that can find people with our skills and then put them to good use. How do you feel about that?
That is exactly right. I completely agree. Completely agree with that.
Yeah, and so that's going to lead into our next question, which is, how has eAssist changed your life?
Well, eAssist has been like literally an absolute blessing. All of the account executives and are independent contractors, which allows us the flexibility to essentially build our own schedules. So I can build a schedule that works for me, which is I'm able to thrive in my career without having to sacrifice family time. I'm able to, volunteer at my daughter's school. I actively serve at my church. I can go on spontaneous lunch dates with my husband if I want to, all while maintaining a full-time business and, being in a field that I love. So, yeah, it's definitely been extremely life-changing and an absolute blessing.
I agree. And think about the time that it takes in an office to verify insurance claims, right? Ensure that the fee schedules are correct. Build relationships with patients, which is one of the things that we take most pride in our office. Do dental offices gain a lot more time with all of these important things that you do for the practice? Can you explain a little bit about what you have experienced and the feedback that some of these offices have given you?
So our client offices pass on the task of dental billing to us at eAssist, and that allows them to focus more specifically on patient care. That way they're able to spend more one-on-one time, developing those relationships, educating their patients, presenting complete treatment plans, and ultimately they can retain their more patients due to their more personalized care that they're now able to provide because of eAssist. And they can confidently rely on us to provide top quality in handling the insurance side of their practice while they are able to, put their time into the more important task of providing top quality service and care to their patients.
Yeah. And, I was thinking the other day about, sometimes when being on the new clients team, I was thinking about some of the stories that I hear from doctors with all these different softwares. And one of the things that used to really throw us off on our accounts was having patients with dual insurance, for example, or blended families. Having those issues come into play with some of these softwares that don't really act friendly to some of these things, especially if the member that's working at the front desk, if the team member that's working at the front desk doesn't have a lot of experience. You from home, having all the time in the world, can easily just have time to figure this whole thing out so that the front desk can just focus on the patient.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we already have, a huge group of amazing eAssisters already who have such, a wide range of knowledge as far as different software programs they're proficient with. And, a lot of eAssisters are regularly learning new software. You never really have to worry about whether or not you have someone on your team, understands the software, understands how to get those things done. You have a huge resource available in eAssist.
I also want to bring a point up that insurance companies already have reasons for specific delays in payment that they're asking for more information. So think about a situation where an office has turnover or inexperienced staff, and because of those issues, you're adding to more delays to your payments. Doctors really need to get paid in order to be able to perform the work that they do. Don't you believe that?
Definitely.
How do you impact the office runs better? Can you tell me a little bit about specifically what you do to make them run better?
We truly consider ourselves to be an extension to the in-office team. So in the event that the office does need to, be closed, or a team member is replaced, or a team member is out for whatever reason, the office manager or the dentist essentially can rest easily knowing that we are here, making sure that the job gets done, even when they can't do it or when they can't be there. We're making sure that all of the claims are worked, all of the claims are submitted, all of the payments are being posted. And that way they don't experience any, they don't skip beat as far as insurance collections are concerned. And that certainly impacts the practice because they don't have to worry about whether or not, the funds will keep coming in despite the office turnover or despite people having to be out.
Yeah. And, I'll add one more thing to that, Tia, which is, insurance companies sometimes don't receive the claims, and then the teams have to be on the phone with follow-up calls to figure out where all of these claims are. It truly takes a lot of time. So we're going to pause for a special announcement from eAssist, and we will be right back.
You know your practice is losing money. You just don't know why. Office managers are often overwhelmed with juggling insurances, patients, scheduling, and staff. eAssist Dental Solutions has the answer. By outsourcing your dental billing efforts with eAssist, your patients become your sole focus. With eAssist on your side, you will feel the burden of insurance collections lifted off your shoulders. Visit us at www.dentalbilling.com today to find out more information.
Welcome back to the eAssist Dental Solutions podcast. We are here having an amazing interview. How do you feel? How do you feel being on the podcast today, Tia? Tell us eAssist Nation out there is so happy to hear you, kind of letting everybody know how it is you do your work. How do you feel today?
So great. It's a little different being in the spotlight, but this is nice.
but I have a feeling that you really love it.
I do. I do. I love what I do. So it's easy for me to talk about.
And, speaking of loving things, I love it when my dental teams out there can really take time off to be with their families. It almost feels that dental teams are not, or they're stressed sometimes because when the office and the collections falls behind, it seems like they don't take care of themselves, which is something that we were talking at Summit. We gave a great presentation out there about self-care for you and for your dental team. How do you feel you play a role in, assisting dental offices with these issues?
So certainly. And again, I'll go back to what I just said a moment ago as far as us being an extension of the in-office team. We understand, the importance of being able to take that time off when you need to without having to worry about, what you're going to come back to after you've been out for a few days. Fortunately, as eAssisters, we can work from anywhere. So if the office needs to, have a team member out, be it an office manager or any front office person, essentially we serve in their absence, and we're able to make sure that things are still flowing smoothly, even, when they're not around. Not to mention, if there's ever anything that's needed while the office manager is away or while the front office member is away, we're only an email or a phone call away. So, we can support in any way that we're needed, and that's how everyone wins.
Well, that's a great point too. And I'm the kind of person that gives credit to every single team member. For example, like we were talking at Summit, flipping it upside down, giving credit to our AMs, AEs. I feel that everybody in my own office is such an important part of the team. However, when you come to work and you're ready to do and perform, we have, we're programmed a certain way. So when my office manager is not in the office, it doesn't mean that nobody else can pick up the slack. But Patty, for example, has a certain plan every day. And Jennifer, for example, is programmed to do a certain task every day. So when they take off, I sometimes worry because I feel, okay, well, Jennifer can't do what she does every day really well. So, and I'm a little worried, but with eAssist coming into the office and taking all of this extra work out of my front desk, I am so happy because it's not about what it is they impact. I'm just happy that everybody's there to impact the patients positively.
Definitely agree. Offices who use eAssist for their dental billing, again, they're able to focus most of their time and most of their attention on patient care. So that way, regardless of who's out, you always have someone there to attend to your patient. And you always have us to take care of your claims and your dental billing needs.
And I want to rephrase that because here's the better way to say it. I used to worry about, okay, well, who's going to take the lead in posting? Who's going to take the lead in appeals? And who's going to go and work the aging, right? Those are these little things that I would worry about. And the least that I would worry about was the most important thing to us, which is the patient. So we were worried about all these things that eAssist can do. And now with eAssist in the picture, when somebody important is missing out of our office, nothing matters because everybody has an equal part to play in the most important thing that means so much to our office, which is the patient.
Exactly.
Wow, we teamed up for that. I mean, this was unscripted, Tia. We're rocking it. We're on fire today. I love this interview with you. What can you tell a dental office out there that is thinking of making that call to eAssist Dental Solutions to get started with our core service or any of our services, for example? But what can you tell them today?
I would tell them, do it now. You won't regret it. We truly have an amazing group of dental billing experts who are available and would love the opportunity, to help your practice succeed. And the abundance of knowledge and expertise that's found within eAssist is truly unmatched. We would look forward to becoming part of your team. So yeah, do it now.
Yes. And the other thing that we haven't mentioned, because, you're about paying it forward. I could tell, from the moment I met you, I'm like, this girl's special, right? But you haven't talked about you and the impact that you make, and I know you have, honestly, but, you make such an impact day in and day out. It needs to be celebrated because, when you go into working at eAssist for the doctors, it's all for them. And I know you have at the end of the day to take care of Tia, but the first thing you guys do when you roll out of bed and you're thinking eAssist, it's all about the doctors. But I really want to say that the eAssisters out there working on all these accounts, they just build these relationships with offices. And I can tell because we have Lorena out in California and Marie. And, they're working on our accounts, and we can feel it. We can feel how much they care about their work, and the communication level. It's just refreshing, because you would think normally that, when you're outsourcing work that, maybe the level is not at the level of what someone can help you inside the office physically. I would say that it's equal or even beyond. They go above and beyond. And that's what I think of eAssist. So how do you feel, Tia? I just had to say that. I'm sorry. So how do you feel at the end of the day when you have helped dental offices be successful?
It's an amazing feeling. It's very rewarding to know that you can share your passion and your knowledge, to help your clients being successful. And, having worked in dental practices in the past, I know how stressful it can be for the entire team when you don't have the help or the resources that you need. So being part of a company that provides such an immense number of resources to offices all across the country, who need them, it's an amazing feeling. That way, those offices can experience more peace, more enjoyment, and essentially more success in their practice. And, that's truly an honor and an amazing feeling to be part of.
That is amazing. Well, this is truly amazing. I've gotten so excited about this episode. I have not even told. No, you know what? I usually do this at the beginning of the show, but I haven't even told those people listening to our doctors, our office managers listening to our show, how to contact eAssist. So please pick up the phone and call. I know, 844-327-7478. Go to dentalbilling.com. It's easy to remember, dentalbilling.com. We open up our phone lines at 9 a.m. We are here, Michelle Pennington and myself, to take the phone calls. Yeah, you might be talking to me when you call eAssist. And I could be helping you come on board. Tia, let me tell you that it's Friday here in the Raleigh area. You are originally from this area. I understand that you are now in Georgia, correct?
I am down in Atlanta.
That's right. How about some eAssisters down in Atlanta getting together with you and brainstorming about eAssist? Have you done that yet?
Not yet. I've only been here about a month, but it's in the works.
Well, I just want to let everybody know, listening to our show, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time on your commute to work or on your power walk. I also want to thank our eAssist. Yes, you can listen. The beauty of our podcast is that you can listen from anywhere, as well as eAssisters out there can work from anywhere. But I want to thank everybody for listening to our show today, our eAssist Nation. You are amazing. Contact us. Just ask us how we can help you. And Tia, I want to give you a shout out and congratulate you for coming on the show. And thank you again for your time and expertise. And I want to wish you a great week.
Oh, thank you for having me, Andre. Have a great week.
Have a great week, everybody.
We hope that you have enjoyed this episode of the eAssist Dental Solutions podcast. We love to put the spotlight on the individuals for their outstanding work for our clients.